Hi everyone, this is Johnnyonoes, and I am playing Soul Trader. This was the build that was released on June 11th, 2016. This video is going to be taking a deep dive into how this information or this data is displayed as well as used, is collected, all that good stuff. I've been spending some time, and if you've seen part of my Let's Play series, there was a particular quest that I was given, or a mission that was given, to find out scandalous information. After spending a good amount of time on that particular mission, and then I ran into a second one, I kind of had a revelation of what exactly does this mean when you have data that's yellow with some green and all that good stuff. So I wanted to just kind of share my observations in hopes that it'll make this whole thing a lot easier to digest for folks that don't want to take as much time as I have. So right off the bat, we're going to be looking at a couple systems. The first one being the friendship level for each person that you're talking to. The second one is going to be the attributes. So this is the perceived attributes of the person that you're talking to your skill level. So already it's getting a little bit confusing, but these bars here represent what they perceive of you based off of what you're telling them. The second one, the third system is this whole idea of different levels of data. Now there's white, and if you've noticed, everything is sorted by the impact of the message that you're sending people. So the red and yellows and greens will be kind of in that order, unless it's only affecting a single attribute. So I think the impact that it's being sorted by is how much is this, the perceived attributes are being affected by your story, and not necessarily how this data is affecting your friendship level. So if it was friendship level, you would see on a row red, orange, yellow, green, white. That's what you would see if it was affecting your friendship level. Because you're not seeing that, it's obviously affecting this here, the attributes that are perceived by the person you're talking to. Each one of these colors represents a classification that I don't know off the top of my head. I know orange is considered scandalous, and I think yellow is considered gossip. But white, green, and red, I don't know the exact classification. I'll probably write it in the description as soon as I get more information on that. But basically, sometimes you'll receive, maybe that's just information. Maybe green is considered information. You receive specific quests from people, or I keep calling them quests. You receive those missions from folks, and they request from you a certain level of information. So you can get an information gathering mission, which would mean that I think you would need to find a green piece of data about someone. There's gossip, which means you have to find a yellow piece of information. And then the ones that I've been receiving lately have been scandalous, and I haven't yet haven't yet seen a mission that requires for me to find a red piece of information from people. So what's not really clear while you're playing this is exactly what kind of information you're trying to pull from the target or from the person that you're having the conversation with. What is happening is all these systems are working interchangeably, which really makes this a complicated system to understand. But after you get it, after you understand it, it makes it a lot more clear. So I'm going to start with the first system here, which is the friendship level. Now, the friendship level affects multiple things. The first thing it affects are things like this, like the borrow ship. Now, I have enough patience to ask this person to borrow their ship, but I need to have a certain friendship level as well for it to be a successful inquiry. Now, I don't know if the amount of patience points correlates with the level, but the only people I've been able to borrow a ship from has been someone that's been level 4. So we may borrow this person's ship at level 3 just to see if it happens. The same thing occurs for things such as buying a visa, getting a discount on a loan, getting a discount on the visa. So basically what you can see the friendship levels being is increasing your chances of someone saying yes to a request. Now, what I just learned tonight was that the friendship level also determines what level of information someone would share with you. Now, I just gave this person a red piece of data. That's what I'm calling it, data. What her response is really, I don't know anything half as interesting as that. You have swapped contact details. So this first part of the sentence is stating that I have given her a red piece of information. Now, if she had a red information, red data, it would first check to see if your friendship level was high enough for her to share red data with you. I don't know if that is 4 levels. I don't know if it's 3 levels. We're gonna kind of try certain things out while I befriend a bunch of people in this bar. So what will happen though is she says, really, I don't have anything half as interesting as that. What that message is telling you is that she doesn't have any red information to give you. Now, if you get something along the lines of this person doesn't feel comfortable to share, well, I think it's along the lines of, well, let's just kind of see. See if we can find someone with that message. That way it's really clear. This person doesn't have one.
Hi there.
Neither does this person.
Hello.
Alright, so this time I got a successful, so let's see what kind of story I got. Yeah, see? So I gave him a red story, a red piece of data, and he gave me a red piece of data. Now, sometimes this may just what this the friendship level is giving you is upping the percentage of me receiving a red piece of data from this person. It doesn't look like it's a watermark, or it doesn't look like it's an all or nothing type thing. It could be like a percentage, where I gave him a piece of red information and he gave me a piece of red information. If his friendship level would have been higher, there'd be more of a chance of this occurring. Maybe we got a lucky roll, at least from what I can perceive about this system. So we got a lucky roll, and we were able to receive a red piece of information. Let's throw another one at him. Well, yeah. I don't want to waste my reds. Just gonna give him one there, and then put another one. Alright, so now what we're reading is that he has no further red data to give to us. Now, what I was hoping would happen was that you also have the chance of receiving a message such as, and I'm paraphrasing this because I can't remember it, you'll get a message that says, is really, gosh, what is it, was taken back by your honesty and doesn't feel as if they should give you any information. It's probably a terrible paraphrasing, but that's the gist of what the message, this first sentence, will say here. And what that means is that you've given them a level of data that they don't feel comfortable giving back to you because of the fact that your friendship level isn't high enough. So what we had said earlier, this message basically says he doesn't have any other red data for me. So if I give him some orange data, and this is going to hurt my my loyalty, but loyalty, in my opinion, is pretty easy to raise, so I don't feel so bad. So I'm going to give him some orange data, which is considered scandalous. So he said, wow, that's fascinating. You talk about the time Winfred wanted something scandalous on their sister Kate Hager. So I gave him an orange piece of data, and then he gave me back some orange data. So you can see that to uncover these different levels of data, you have to provide that same level, along with having an appropriate friendship level to be able to receive said data. Now, this person may already know me, and my loyalty is completely tanked with this guy now because of that scandalous data. I can go ahead and bump it right back up with a couple of these. So if I click on a red, this thing will update, and my loyalty is back in the green. It's not at the top, but at least it's not completely tanked. And giving him scandalous data is never the best thing to do either, because he could share it with somebody else, and all of a sudden everyone thinks I'm not loyal to whatever faction he's part of. So that's kind of how the different levels work in terms of the give and take of these conversations that occur in the game. I do have another video that goes over which friends to give, but I can elaborate a little bit more on that in this video. If you look into your people list, you have a list of all your friends and relatives and whatnot. Looking at this, this is basically the top 3 perceptions that you have of this particular person. So what this is telling me is they are very unreliable, because that's the first one on the list. Their morality is a little bit lower than normal, and they're a top mechanic, which means that their skill in the mechanic is really high as well. And to tell you the truth, I've never seen, and in each one of these have a level as well. Like a lot of things in this game, they have multiple levels. Each of these levels is represented by these little white lines here. Now, if I'm past this first white line, I'm considered fun, as it says here. If I go to past this level, it's great fun. Now, top engineer may be past a certain line. I don't know where it exists on my character, because you don't have this same type of view for your perceptions on others. Really, all you have to work with is what is the top 3. So if it's saying a top mechanic, that just might be a representation of how you would describe a mechanic at level 1 or level 2 or level 3. Or maybe you only have one line. It's either all or nothing, like either a mechanic or either nothing or a top mechanic. So I don't know exactly what the stats are in that. I'm probably going to dive into the game files sometime tomorrow and see if I can find them, because it'd be really interesting to know as you're looking at this, because a top mechanic sounds like they've got a high mechanic skill. So you can keep looking through this list, and what I've done throughout my Let's Play is I've identified a couple people that I would like to share the friendships with. So, for instance, you might have seen me select Senator Gold earlier, and you can see why he's influential, reliable, and great fun. So that goes over friendships. I went over the different attributes that you gain from each one of these. I went over the friendship levels, and I also went over the different data levels. So all these different systems are working interchangeably throughout this this bigger system, and hopefully that information helps you understand what kind of stories you need to find. Like, I was seriously really lucky that I had someone attacking me every time I went out to go mining, and because I didn't kill them, they continuously attacked me, giving me this big list of red information. Now, what would probably be beneficial to you is kind of finding out how you get more of these orange scandalous pieces of information. What would be really interesting to me is if if you give them a red and they don't have any red, maybe they can give you an orange. That might make the system feel a little bit easier to understand right off the bat, because while this sentence seems a little bit ambiguous, it's actually telling you binarily that no, this person does not have any more red data. It's pretty cut and dry. Where if you receive the information about them feeling taken back by your honesty, then you know they haven't, but your friend level isn't high enough. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video there. Please go ahead and post any questions you might have about this in the comments below, or head on over to the Steam forums and ask away there. So thanks so much for watching. This is Johnnyonoes playing Soul Trader.